Ora invito sul palco i nostri relatori della tavola rotonda di questa giornata per il dibattito, la dottoressa Anna Benkowski del Centro Rossi per l'educazione e il dialogo in Israele, la professoressa Clémentine Feinzugi dell'Università Cattolica di Louvain nel Belgio, il dottore Massimo Gargiolo del Centro Cardinal Bea per gli studi giudaici della Gregoriana, la dottoressa Jaya Murthy, saggista e studiosa dell'induismo in Italia, la dottoressa Naila Tabbara della Fondazione Adyen in Libano e il reverendo Haliale Vimalaratana della Fondazione Internazionale Buddista in Svizzera. Purtroppo, come già abbiamo annunciato stamattina, ci mancherà una settima voce, il professore Yu De-Fu, che è esperto di confucianesimo dell'Università di Shandong in Cina, il quale non ha potuto fare il viaggio a causa della situazione sanitaria difficile in Cina attualmente. Allora, come sapete, si è già tenuta stamattina un seminario per gli studenti, i docenti sul tema della giornata, durante il quale molti di noi qui presenti abbiamo riflettuto sul ruolo positivo delle religioni nell'educazione e nella formazione in un mondo sempre più globalizzato e complesso, dove la diversità si presenta come una vera sfida per vivere bene insieme. Abbiamo ascoltato le relazioni dei nostri conferenzieri, i quali si sono interrogati sulle risorse della propria religione per educare a una fratellanza universale. Possiamo certamente ricordare in sottofondo il documento già citato sulla fratellanza per la pace mondiale e la convivenza comune del 4 febbraio 2019, firmato da Papa Francesco e dall'imam dell'Azhar Ahmed et-Tayeb, documento che invitava tutti, non soltanto cristiani e musulmani, alla riconciliazione e alla fratellanza. La dichiarazione congiunta si presenta in effetti come un'esortazione solenne a cambiare paradigma. E ancora ieri, durante l'incontro a Bari dei vescovi italiani, Mediterraneo frontiera di pace, Papa Francesco ha ribadito un no fermo alla retorica dello scontro di civiltà, un no fermo alla retorica dello scontro di civiltà. Altrove, a proposito della formazione dei giovani, Papa Francesco parla di un necessario rinnovamento sapiente e coraggioso degli studi e addirittura di coraggiosa rivoluzione culturale, questo nella Veritatis Gaudium. Abbiamo quindi capito meglio stamattina quali sono queste risorse del giudaismo, delle religioni tradizionali africane, del cristianesimo, dell'induismo, dell'Islam e del buddismo per la formazione dei giovani e in vista di un mondo veramente fraterno e non segnato sistematicamente dagli scontri e dai conflitti come unici paradigmi, come unico futuro. È ora quindi il momento dello scambio, del confronto positivo e vorrei cominciare con una domanda rivolta alla dottoressa Hanna Benkowski. So I will shift in English. So you coordinate and teaches various educational programs in Israel, and you say something very true, also for other religions closely linked to history. I quote you. It seems that history textbooks in Israel tend to get high epistemological authority, and what is written in the book is widely considered to be an objective and official historical truth, and not just an interpretation. Why? Because the textbooks offer short texts and try to avoid complexities, often resulting in generalization and stereotypical depictions of the other. For this reason, the assignment you give to your students at the end of the semester is to go over the textbooks, to apply a critical reading to the sources, and come back with conclusions on how to educate about other religions in Israeli school, and what would the pupils benefit from learning about other people and other religions. So it's very interesting, according to me, for kind of exams. But precisely, my question is how to teach this critical reading of the sources. Which are the tools you apply?
Yeah, now it's working. Okay. So you remind me that I still have the papers to correct waiting for me in the computer. Yeah, what I try to do is part of my work for the Rossing Center for Education and Dialogue. I train teachers how to teach about other religions. And it's usually in the context of history. As I explained this morning, to learn about other religions in the context of historical studies is less intimidating. You're not polemic, you're talking about the past, you have more academic perspective, so we're not discussing faith, we're discussing the history, and Christianity and Islam is part of the history. And what we try to do during the course is, first of all, to learn in a more, I wouldn't say positive way, but a different way to learn about Christianity, to take it a little bit away from history textbooks and to move it to the present. So to meet with Christianity today in the Holy Land, literally to meet Christians, to hear about actual issues that bother Christian communities in the Holy Land, and to pay attention to the message or the interpretation the writers of the textbooks want to pass on through the textbooks. I also mentioned that in the textbooks they use primary and secondary sources, which makes it look more authentic and true. And again, I also gave some examples in the morning session of how, by presenting things that might be absolutely right and historians would agree upon that, but the way you present things, the way you arrange them on the paper, sometimes the picture you add to the textbook can shape and form opinion or attitude toward another religion. So what we try to do is to give them other ways to look at it, to connect it to present, so it wouldn't stay only in the past, and to be able to recognize what's the message the writer trying to, what is the message that embedded in the text or in the subtext, in order to be aware of that. They can teach it, it's fine. I don't mind if they teach the same textbook, but I want them to be aware. Not only when they teach about Christianity, when they teach also about other topics, when they teach also about modern history of Israel, to be aware, to have a critical reading, and to understand that textbooks are not text sent from God, from heaven, but they have to read it in a critical way and see what the writer wants them to understand, and what they can bring to their students, and how they can bring it the content to the students in a different way.
Yes, yes. Well, another thing that interested us this morning, and it may be a concept quite close to other thematic that we heard from other tradition, is the one of tikkun olam. It means in English, repairing the world, which you say that it's becoming wider. I mean, it was a concept more inside the Jewish community, and now the Jews see the limits of this short-minded vision of this concept, and they try to expand it. How?
I think there's a great change that happened to Jewish people since the last 70 years. We have a state. We're not a small minority, small community trying to survive around the world. And if until 70 years ago I could say Jews were struggling to survive as a community, and I also mentioned in the morning the animosity that characterized relationship between Christian and Jews until, especially Catholics, until the last 55 years ago. I think it's a different situation now. We're in a different situation in Israel, coming from Israel. I don't feel a minority. I feel that we can allow ourselves not to just take care of ourselves, but to take care of the whole world. So to care for social justice, to care for the people in need, not just within our community, but all over the world. To care about environmental issues. This is also something. If your small community is struggling to survive, you don't care about the nature. You care about your own community. But now we can allow ourselves to lead a different direction and to be more universal and to go around with the universal message, telling ourselves and others that it's time to change, it's time to care about the others, and to do that through this concept that exists for 2,000 years, but implemented in a different way, the concept of tikkun olam, repairing the world. And I think that in order to get to a situation that you care about the others and want to repair the world in a universal way, you have to know who you're supposed to care about. And in order to know the community around you, not just the small community of Israeli Jews or Jews, but the universal community, you have to learn about the whole world, about different religions, about different others. And talking about repairing the world and helping and be involved in repairing the world doesn't eliminate the differences or doesn't eliminate the disagreements. We'll have differences. We do not agree about everything. We have religious and cultural and political differences, and it's absolutely fine. But if I know you and I know what's different between me and you, we would be able to work together to make the whole world a better place.
Thank you. Now to create a kind of link with other traditions, don't you think, but maybe I'm wrong, that this concept of repairing the world or caring for the other, whoever it may be, this other, not only Jew, but don't you think that it's maybe close to what Buddhism may say, or I don't know, or Hinduism?
So I was thinking a lot about what it says about Buddhism, and I think many of the things that were said touch me as an educator of educators, as an educator myself, and as a mother. There's a lot about finding something inside you which is unique to different people, which is very universal. And I think you emphasized a lot in the beginning about the pain and the suffering in the world, which is universal. We suffer from the same thing. And the way the Buddha was talking about connecting to to be happy with the other's happiness and to be painful with the other's pain. But it's not universalism that eliminates the individual. And you talk a lot about helping the children to explore their inner world and not just the external world, to be able to see beyond gender, religion, color, race, political opinions, to help the children to learn to distinguish between good and bad by themselves, to appreciate themselves to help them to achieve their full potential. So something very universal, something about universal pain and universal inner self, but at the same time, being aware of the particularity of each and every person, and to teach them to appreciate others and the environment, and to deal with things that cause damage to the world. But I think the most important statement I've heard this morning, especially from the Buddhist presentation, was that in order to make change, we have to remember that children do as we do and not as we say. And so many times when I preach to something, one of these universal or pluralistic concept, I wonder, am I really honest with myself? Do I really do that? I keep the same, the same with my son. I mean, when I tell him to do something, I'm not sure if I'm 100% following that. So to be always aware that I actually believe in what I say, and I actually do what I say. And then the next generation, if we will do what we actually say, then the next generation will do what we do, and then we'll get to a better place.
Yes. So, Reverend Villamaratana Tero, I pronounce correctly? Yes. So, you are the president. You are the president of the International Buddhist Foundation based in Geneva. And you say, yes, that people today, I quote you, all crave interdependence and connectedness. The village that it takes to raise a child, as the African proverb says, is no more. The World Health Organization estimates that more than 300 million people on our planet have depression. 41 million people around the world die of non-communicable diseases. Diseases caused in part by modern lifestyle choices of unhealthy diet, lack of physical exercise. Why? Because modern education matches modern values, and those values mostly focus on material success and excess. We want, you say, our children to focus only on academic success, to be rich, to be beautiful, and conform to modern, unrealistic standards for external beauty, to be famous when they grow up. Anyone who cannot make these impossible standards is in some way or another made to feel like a less person. You say that our actions and greed have brought our planet to the brink of collapse. All our efforts and results have been about the exploration and domination of the external world. We have, in that process, neglected the most important exploration of all, our inner worlds, our minds. For it is inside us that humanity, wisdom, potential, and all our best qualities lie. So you invite us, I would say, to repair our world and also our inner world. You invite us to the rediscovery of this inner world through meditation and what we would say as introspection, examination of conscience as we practice it actually in Christianity, for example. And you say that we should help our youth to explore the world inside, not only outside. You said, and you wrote many beautiful things about right speech. This is something, this right to speak in a correct way, which is very difficult, you pointed out. This is something which I believe could be the foundation of a new education system for all. The new global compact must break our attachment to our views, our lives, and perception, our properties, and what we consider is our loved ones. Could you, because I quote you a lot, I would like to say more, but could you elaborate what you wanted to say to us this morning and in front of this assembly?
Hello, good evening. Most venerable sirs, dear friends, highly appreciate your welcoming, warmly welcoming here, and to be present representing International Buddhist Foundation. My message, the Buddha's teaching. According to the Global Compact on Education, actually it is a critical situation in the world. Everywhere we are talking, discussing, we have great dialogues about this. I think His Holiness Pope Francis wanted to organize this very important opportunity to dialogue, to have a great dialogue on the basis of this. We can remember in few decades ago, in different communities, different religious sects tried to find solution for the social problems. Nowadays, there is an open stage. Altogether, we are discussing about this. There is one goal. From different directions, we try to reach to this goal. I would like to remind about the life of Prince Siddhartha. It is a foundation to understand this approach. He was a prince with all luxuries. But he saw in his class, people had so many things for the satisfaction of the life. But they didn't have any concern about the people, those who are in suffer. Millions of people are in starvation without any basic needs. In India, even today also, not only India, but everywhere in the world. Prince Siddhartha observed this situation and he found people are trying to find so many things for the satisfaction. But he couldn't see the people with luxuries, they didn't have any satisfaction. And they always living with wanting mind. Always they make fights with others to develop their reign. In the same time, he saw millions of people are in suffering. They have no one to ask help. With different situations, you can understand. And according to the class system, caste system, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Shudras were considered as the not to be considered as normal people. Such a situation was arising in the history. The Prince Siddhartha in his 29th, while he was enjoying his life with all luxuries, he saw the innocent people, those who are in different difficulties. Prince Siddhartha wanted to find a solution for this. Being the next king also, he understood that he can never find solution for this problem. As a result of this, it was not the experience of Prince Siddhartha. In those days, so many luxurious families, some people left the families and go to forest and meeting different teachers. They study different philosophies. Prince Siddhartha, during 6 years period, leaving the family, meeting different teachers, philosophers, he did a vast, deep study. During this period, the study is considered as Arya Pariyesana, that means normal research. He did himself a research to find what is the ultimate truth. As a result of this, he studied different techniques, but finally he understood. he couldn't find what he wanted. Thereafter, he studied to make a self-investigation. This is the starting point to be a Buddhist or be a person to investigate. Self-investigation. He studied with his knowledge, with his experience. Later on, he found the problems are not external. All problems are as a result of this greediness, attachment. It is called trishna or tanha. Whenever the mind is with this attachment or greediness, it is following the aversion or conflict. We can openly understand whenever you have attachment, the detachment is also with this. Whenever you have love, the anger is so with this. So both together creating delusion or ignorant. So this is the approach to see. So Buddha's philosophy always giving to study or investigate inside. Because without understanding about the reality, living in a fantastic world, the always misleading thoughts, always creating suffering. So this is always egocentrism is more powerful. The psychologically it's very easy to understand this contact and conflict, attachment and detachment, create ignorant or misunderstanding things. As a result of this function inside, developing the power of ego. Where there is a power of ego, always making conflict, making problems. This is the foundation to understand always. We can see the outside conflict as a result of inner conflict, inner pollution, a greediness. Contaminated mind always create problems. This should be the foundation of education, how to eliminate this pollution from inside, how to purify this mind, cultivate this mind with successful seeds, with love and compassion, appreciations, kindness, and education should be, I think, the meaning of education, educate, what we have to educate? We have to educate this mind. Education will be the result of a great success, human society. Nowadays we can see, everywhere we can see conflict in the world as a result of this pollution. One and each other try to highlight their own power and possessions without seeing the world with love and compassion. Try to find peace and happiness by the way of using missiles, by the way of using different kinds of arms, by the way of using different kinds of polluted thoughts. This should be the approach to find the real solution for the social problems. When we can support to the children how to train this mind in inner peace by the way of using love and compassion and appreciations, as well as overcoming the power of ego and developing the wisdom. Because whenever there is ego, always ego makes ignorant. Although we are here with open eyes, we can see, but we can't see reality. Our eyesight is so limited. With so limited eyesight, we can't see the reality. This is the approach. So Buddha advised, if you need to see the reality, you need to train your mind, go beyond, investigate. Panyapana, Pattapana, Vivarana, Vipajana, Uttanikamma. Uttanikamma means that this is the final result or reality. Study. When you see things, see with understanding, observe, investigate by the way of different approach to see the reality. We speak, I think it's very important occasion this to discuss, we have a great opportunity to exchange our ideas. I think Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islamic, and all the other, Judaism, all the other religions, they have a spirit. The spirit always supporting you to cultivate the good thoughts, supporting you to increase your positive thoughts and positive way of thinking. It is the path for the purification. It is path for the world peace and happiness. So by the way of using these techniques, by the way of using these great teachings, we can see in different ways differentiations in the world, but we should be able to find unity among diversity by the way of using all our experience, using all our teachings of religious teachings and understanding for the world to find peace, to find the peace in the world and to have a peaceful world overcoming all difficulties in the world. The first of all is very important to cultivate my mind. Without love and compassion within myself, I am unable to share with others. I feel that there is a very good aspiration, spiritual experience. All your thoughts are based on spirituality. I feel it. Then if we can share with others in the world, if we can use our experience, if we can sacrifice our duties for the benefit of the world, we can find a great peace in the world by the way of developing education. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you. One of a contemporary philosopher says that one of the goal of education should be to teach how to live. It's very important to learn mathematics, to learn sciences, to learn my own culture, etc. But the most important thing for a human person is to learn how to live and how to live with others and to grow also, because everybody wants to develop its own capacities, etc., and also to grow in connectedness. But it's an important task. Would you like to react because you have just spoken about Islam, also Hinduism, the other religions in generally, but about one particular religion that you have heard that you should react of this morning?
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, in the morning, we had very nice dialogues. I should be thankful for the panel. My question is, Madam Natalia. In her speech, stated that when some children are frightened, when they see some symbols of, sometimes Muslim children, when they see cross, they are frightened. Sometimes it's a image of Buddha. So, I would like to ask you, actually always we try to highlight our religions by the way of using symbols. In order to, without using symbols or introducing the meaning of the symbols, how to give a real knowledge and make knowledge them to appreciate by the way of understanding, for the communication as well as without division of the society, and by the way of understanding and respecting to their religions, and they can respect others also. And if you have any opportunity to explain, please.
Thank you very much, Reverend, for your question. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here. And thank you for this question, because it's very, very important. I highlighted this morning that when our students or when our children don't learn about other religions and don't learn the real meaning behind their symbols, behind their clothes, behind their feasts, they end up having very wrong ideas that come from their parents, and a lot of time there is fear. So I mentioned that some of Muslim students, for example, fear to see a cross, because for them it represents the difference between them and Christianity, because as Muslims they don't believe in crucifixion, and so that they fear the difference in the dogma. So they would shun it or move away from it. So what we have developed in Adyan, our organization, is a program for education of little children on diversity. So we start with symbols of other religions. The first session, actually, we start with music and artistic, something artistic that they color while listening to a music from other religions. And we actually prefer to start with religions that are not the close ones. So, or mixing, I mean, not only focusing on Christianity and Islam, but also teaching them about Taoism, Confucianism, and then Hinduism and Buddhism, and then other world religions, to expand and to understand the concept of religion in general. And then afterwards, they start learning about the symbols of each of these religions with their meaning, and all the time with games. When they start learning, and we made it in a way that the children have a booklet that they take home. So for us, we are teaching the parents through the little children, because most of the time the problem is actually the parents. And so we're making it in a way where the parents, when they receive the booklet at home, they learn, they correct their information, and they don't get scared about what the children are learning in the schools. But the parents get scared. I mean, I need to tell you this from an experience. We spend the beginning of the year going to the different schools that are implementing this program, telling the parents what the program is about so that they don't fear what the program is. They are kids 9 years of age. You cannot imagine what the parents tell me. They tell me, but you are teaching my children about Islam? I don't want them to marry a Muslim. They're 9. I mean, they're not thinking about marriage now. And vice versa, of course. I mean, we have examples from the parents from both sides, Christians and Muslims, who are afraid. So this is how we are breaking the fear. But for us also, it is very important, as you mentioned, that we don't want to teach only knowledge and only skills of how to communicate. We want to teach values and attitudes among the children. What we want them is to actually feel empathy with the other that is different, to break the fear and then feel empathy. Because I can talk to children about love and compassion all day long, but when they've learned that actually they should only feel love and compassion with the people from their own religion, or even from their own sect in that religion, a lot of people are like very loving and very compassionate with the people of their own group, but have really no feeling whatsoever for people from another group. They can even demonize people from other groups. I come from a country where we had civil war, where we had people, believers, Christians or Muslim believers, that were saints in their groups and would kill 200 or 300 Muslims or Christians on the same day, thinking they did something good from the different religion. So as humans, we have that capacity to break it. I mean, love and compassion for my group and not really for the others. So we cannot talk about values just like that in the air. We need to break it down into attitude. So, and to do that, we need to do it through role play, through exercises where they put themselves in the place of the other, where they meet others, and they actually understand each other.
So, Naila Tabara is a founding member of this association called Adyan, which in Arabic means religions, plural. So, Association in Lebanon for Diversity, Solidarity, and Human Dignity, and you are a Muslim theologian. So, a question now broader. Okay, so we have just listened your answer about these symbols and the reaction of the parents, etc. A question about what is written in some textbooks. Maybe you know outside Lebanon also, I don't know, and all the efforts that are currently undergone or not, to reform these the textbooks. We have already spoken also from in Israel. All what we say about in Arabic tajdid khitab ad-din, the renewal of the religious discourse, which means practically to not to speak anymore about the other as an infidel. For example, kafir in Arabic, which is an insult, or a kuffar, or other things about the Jews or the Christian. You have mentioned this morning that there is a beginning, at least in Lebanon, not to call the Christians anymore Nasara, which is the terminology of the Quran.
In Al-Azhar documents.
Is the Al-Azhar document, but Masihiyin, as we called ourselves, etc., etc. Some countries have undergone a revision of their textbooks, for example, Morocco, Jordany, etc. But there are some resistance also. Could you explain more, if you can, about if we have a hope that in 50 years we will not be called infidels,
Okay.
all who are not Muslims, I mean.
Thank you very much for the last part of the question, because before that it was like, oof. Because as you know, there is, I mean, in the Islamic world, it's very wide, and you have a very big range of different types of textbooks. So you have textbooks of religion that focus only on Muslims, don't mention the others, but you have other types of textbooks that would focus on crushing the others, and that would end with Daesh textbooks that say, I'm a Muslim, therefore I hate Christians, Sabi'a, and for little kids, yes. ISIS, sorry, Daesh is ISIS. So, so you have that range from not mentioning to mentioning in a negative way to mentioning in a very negative way and an enmity way. And also there is this reform of textbooks where trying to reduce the verses that have violence in them or from textbooks and focus more on the verses that talk about values. But to tell you the truth, I think we need more than that. Today, I mentioned this morning that alhamdulillah, thank God, in the past 10 years, we've had from Al-Azhar and from other organizations like the Forum for Promoting Peace in Muslim Societies, documents that are talking about citizenship, that are talking about democracy from within Islam. So it's Islamic authorities and promoting that sort of documents that are talking about religious freedom, about accepting diversity, about citizenship, equality. So these are very new, and this is fundamental. Yet, for me, this is still, what we still need is a change in theology about the other. As much as I can add things, today Al-Azhar has added for education of little children with nice cartoons, drawings on Muslims, how they should deal with their Christian neighbors, how they should tell them Merry Christmas, how they tell them go to their homes and greet them. So trying to build these convivial relations, but this is not enough. This is for the children, but we need something beyond for grown-ups, is to understand what is the status of the believers from other religions. Are they considered infidels? As you mentioned, should we still use that term of infidels? Is it possible today to still have it used, that term, or to work on a theology, Islamic theology of other religions that no longer excludes others, but perceives other religions as a path of salvation. This is the work of many theologians today, trying to argue for that from within Islam, we don't need to say that religion for God is Islam means only Islam has salvation, but that it means that Islam in the large sense and other paths, other religions are also path of salvation. And I think we need to reach that because a lot of, I mean, you have so many Christians in Arab countries have heard their neighbors tell them, oh, you're so kind, you're so nice. It's such a pity that you're a Christian and that you're going to hell. So, yeah. And it's people because of their kindness of their heart. They don't want their neighbor to go to hell. It's because they've been taught that your neighbor is going to hell because he's a Christian. So we need to change these narratives and these interpretations. And I do hope that by 50 years we would have managed to do that.
I hope. It's a harsh debate. Some years ago, I attended a conference with a Sunni delegation, a Shia delegation, Catholic, Anglican in Tehran. And there was this debate. The Christians, Catholic and non-Catholic, asked the Muslim, please change your vocabulary in your speech, in your sermons, not only in the textbooks. And they quite agreed. They quite agreed, but the debate was on, is it this qualification, is it revealed or not? Is it from the Sharia, from the law, the divine law, or is it a theological elaboration? They draw behind. I mean, they said it's revelation. We cannot change.
But it's not. That's what
Yes,
I try to prove in the book Divine Hospitality. That studying the whole of the Quran, the other religions that are mentioned are called by their name. So Jews, Christians, Sabaeans, the Magi. Those are the religions, so the Zoroastrians basically. These are the religions that are mentioned. They are mentioned by their name or by the appellation people of the book. The infidels that the Quran talks about, the infidels and associators, are only the people who were at the time of the Prophet in Mecca. These are called the infidels, or so the polytheists at that time. So it is clear in the Quran. Now the Quran talks about infidelity of Christians or infidelity of Jews, but does not call them infidels. So it's infidelity in that aspect of the faith or that behavior, but does not call them infidels. So definitely the fact that our preachers and our jurists have decided to use the word infidels for people of the book and other religions is not Quranic.
Okay, so we see that the debate is still open. And so now to change maybe the horizon, not only Muslim, Christian, etc. debate, would you have a question from another tradition or continent?
Yes, thank you very much. Because this morning it was a pleasure to hear Professor Clémentine Falkensouji, and I will revert to French to ask her a question. Donc je vais parler français pour vous poser une question. Donc c'était un plaisir de vous écouter ce matin, d'écouter dans les traditions africaines cette proximité à la nature. Nous parlons maintenant d'inclure la fraternité humaine dans l'éducation, mais tout à l'heure, avec le discours de Sa Sainteté le Pape, il a rappelé le texte de Laudato Si. Et dans Laudato Si, il y a aussi la fraternité avec toute la nature. Et donc, je pense que nous, les religions que nous appelons peut-être religions monothéistes ou religions du livre, ou les religions du salut, peut-être pour parler des religions qui sont ici, avons beaucoup à apprendre des religions traditionnelles qui sont plus proches de la terre, notre mère peut-être. Et donc j'aimerais vous demander de nous enseigner un peu plus de cet enseignement traditionnel.
Alors, si je peux compléter Je peux compléter votre présentation pour ceux qui n'étaient pas là ce matin. Donc vous êtes africaniste et professeur émérite à l'Université catholique de Louvain. Et de fait, vous insistez comme un des piliers de l'éducation traditionnelle africaine sur le respect de la vie, de la nature. Et vous dites une expression « tout est lié », qui nous fait penser à quelque chose pour nous chrétiens, tutto è connesso, justement de l'encyclique Laudato Si. Mais vous regrettez aussi une lente dégradation de certaines coutumes dues à la mondialisation. Vous dites une phrase très dure, moi je trouve, les Africains sont perdus spirituellement. Les Africains sont perdus spirituellement. Et en même temps, une réaction dans certains milieux pour retrouver ses racines, une redécouverte de la spiritualité africaine avec des associations, des confréries. Et vous posez des questions fortes. Et là aussi, donc c'est lié avec ce que vous dites. Et j'aimerais bien que vous réagissiez également. Puisqu'il s'agit d'éducation, comment ouvrir concrètement les jeunes du monde entier, notamment en Occident et en Orient, à la diversité culturelle et surtout au respect de la différence, eux qui, depuis des siècles, sont immergés dans une culture qui leur insinue sans cesse qu'ils sont venus au monde supérieurs au reste de l'humanité ou qu'ils appartiennent à une race supérieure, notamment quand il s'agit de l'Afrique. L'Afrique peut-elle dialoguer d'égal à égal avec le reste du monde alors qu'elle n'a jamais été considérée en position égalitaire ?
Je vous salue, Éminence et Excellence. Voilà. Merci. Oui, c'est exact. Je voudrais commencer. Ah, vous n'entendez pas. Oui.
Si sente?
Comme ça, oui. Oui, je voudrais commencer parce que je pense être vraiment une ressource africaine qui peut élargir la vision d'une religion, c'est-à-dire la vision de notre humanité. Et cette ressource, c'est justement le respect de la vie. Et il y a une deuxième ressource, c'est la conscience que l'Africain a dans sa vision du monde, que justement tout est relié. Et je vais vous expliquer pourquoi. Le respect de la vie, d'où ça vient le respect de la vie dans la vision africaine du monde? C'est parce qu'il y a une croyance solide selon laquelle il n'y a qu'un seul créateur, l'être suprême, Dieu. Et cet être suprême, dont dépend tout, de qui dépend tout, a créé l'univers. Et à partir de ses propres créatures, il a mis dans chacune de ces créatures, même les pierres, même les végétaux, même ce qu'on appelle des vivants, un peu de lui-même, quelque chose de lui pour insuffler cette vie qu'il a donnée à l'humanité. À partir de ce moment-là, respecter mon voisin, c'est respecter cet être primordial. Respecter un chien, c'est respecter cet être primordial. Et c'est dans l'éducation. J'ai expliqué ce matin que le mot religion, en tant que concept, je n'ai pas rencontré un mot dans les langues africaines, parce que ce n'est pas autre chose que la culture de base, notre humanité, notre ancestralité, ce que les ancêtres nous ont légué et qui les a conduits à nous comme leurs descendants. Et à partir de ce moment-là, nous sommes tous reliés et dépendants et interdépendants. Parce que si quelque chose bouge chez mon voisin, ça va bouger chez moi aussi. Si on déracine un arbre pour rien, on chasse les ancêtres qui veillent sur nous et qui ont comme arbre l'habitacle. Donc tout est comme ça relié et jusqu'au point où même tout s'explique par là. Par exemple, le concept même du mal, ce qu'on peut appeler sorcellerie, c'est un être humain qui prend la force vitale d'un autre être humain pour renforcer sa propre force. Et l'autre dépérit et lui devient plus fort. Et moi, je pense que, bon, je suis sûr que ces deux concepts, ces deux visions du monde renforcent vraiment, définissent bien les religions africaines traditionnelles. Alors, qu'est-ce que vous avez demandé pour... Ah oui, oui, voilà, c'est vrai. Au cours de mes enquêtes de terrain, quand je rencontre des personnes africaines qui sont de ma génération, donc de presque ancêtres, ou un peu plus jeunes, ces personnes-là ont fait des études brillantes parce qu'elles ont été élevées à l'époque coloniale. C'était des systèmes scolaires coloniaux. Et ils sont médecins, ils sont professeurs, ils sont fonctionnaires. La plupart ont étudié même en Europe. Et maintenant, ils sont retournés dans leur pays d'origine pour passer leurs derniers jours. La plupart me disent, voilà, pendant tout ce temps que j'étais en Europe, je n'étais plus connecté à ma culture. Je pensais que ma culture n'avait rien à m'apporter et je connais la culture occidentale comme si c'était ma propre culture. Mais quand je suis retournée dans mon pays, je sentis que j'étais illettré, complètement illettré dans ma propre culture. Et la plupart se font initier, comme s'ils avaient 14 ans, pour recommencer là où ils étaient perdus. Parce qu'ils considèrent qu'ils doivent recommencer leur propre humanité. Ce qu'ils sont, ils ne connaissent plus, parce qu'ils ne sont pas reconnus en Occident. Ça, c'est un point très important. Ça fait partie des questions que je posais justement. Ils ne se sentaient pas reconnus dans leur connaissance de l'Occident. Et c'était toujours des personnes étrangères, donc inférieures. Et maintenant, ils reviennent chez eux, ils trouvent ceux qui ont évolué dans leur contexte de vie normal, plus compétents dans la bonne manière d'habiter le monde. C'est-à-dire, ils sont équilibrés, ils ont leur travail, ils sont heureux. Je n'ai pas vu dans le village où je suis allée faire des enquêtes des enfants qui vont chez des psys. Mais en Belgique où j'habite, à 12 ans, on a déjà son psy. Hein. On va chez le psychologue avec des enfants de 8 ans, 9 ans. Et en Afrique, vous allez trouver des enfants sans chaussures, en petites culottes, jouant mais tellement équilibrés, tellement heureux que je trouve comme une autre qualité aux religions traditionnelles d'Afrique, la cohérence. Parce que ce qu'ils vivent, c'est cohérent avec leur degré d'évolution, leur vitesse d'évolution aussi. Et ça, c'est une qualité que je trouve qu'on peut aussi mettre dans ce pacte éducatif, parce que je trouve que en Occident, par exemple, on dit aux enfants certaines choses qui les dépassent trop tôt. Parce qu'on a droit à l'information, l'enfant doit savoir. Mais le jour où il devra connaître vraiment ces choses-là, il est déjà blasé. Donc, et puis avec le sentiment qu'il sait. C'est ça qui est dramatique. Il a le sentiment qu'il sait. Or, s'il avait 7 ans, on lui a dit des choses pour 18 ans, il ne va pas le connaître vraiment. Il aura entendu parler, il aura le sentiment qu'il sait, mais il ne sait rien. Mais en même temps, il est blasé. Donc, dans les ressources que j'ai énumérées ce matin d'Afrique, j'ai même dit, bon, on les connaît, parce que les théologiens africains ont déjà relevé pas mal de choses et qui sont réelles. Moi-même, j'ai relevé beaucoup de choses que j'ai écrites dans mes livres. Mais franchement, je pense que le problème pour l'Afrique, dans le contexte où nous nous trouvons, ce n'est pas d'apporter les ressources, parce qu'il y en a. On ne va pas commencer à se définir comme un être humain aujourd'hui, mais qui va accueillir ce que nous, on va apporter. Voilà les questions fondamentales que mes correspondants, les sages d'Afrique, à qui j'ai téléphoné en disant, voilà, je voudrais parler sur nos cultures, qu'est-ce que nous avons à apporter pour l'éducation dans le monde d'aujourd'hui. Ils ont dit, ma fille, on vous a déjà tout donné, mais qui nous écoute? Qui va nous croire? Qui prend au sérieux ce que nous disons? Parce que maintenant, le monde est ouvert. À la télé, on parle, maintenant c'est à la mode, de l'environnement. Mais ces gens-là, depuis qu'ils existaient, ils respectaient le rythme de choses, des animaux. Ils avaient par exemple, les totémismes. C'était pour réguler les naissances chez les animaux. Ils ne tuaient pas n'importe quand, il est mon totem, je ne peux pas tuer pendant la saison sèche. Ça ne voulait pas dire que c'était des croyances, c'était une manière de régler les naissances et de ne pas introduire les désordres. Mais on a tout bouleversé. Ce qui fait que, finalement, ces gens étaient très contents quand je leur ai annoncé que j'allais parler de nos religions, mais en disant, il était temps qu'on parle de nos religions, parce qu'elles ont toujours été négligées, si ce n'est pas méprisées. Mais maintenant, si on vous donne de choses qui correspondent à notre rythme de vie et qui peuvent aussi aider les autres, qui va les accueillir? Parce qu'en Occident, on ne nous écoute pas. Parfois, on entend à la radio ou à la télé des découvertes extraordinaires, et puis quand on regarde bien, on dit, mais c'est ce que nous faisons tous les jours. Imaginez, s'il y a 50 ans, si un Africain était venu avec la question de l'environnement, en disant, voilà comment nous faisons pour respecter la nature, on n'a pas, on ne coupe pas du bois comme ça pour aller faire des meubles en Europe pour faire qu'on respecte la nature. On demande pardon quand on a besoin pour couper, déraciner un arbre. On demande pardon quand on doit déménager un village pour d'abord remercier le village, la terre qui ne nous appartient pas. C'est bien dit dans toutes les religions africaines, la terre appartient au Créateur qui l'a confiée au chef des terres, qui est connu, qui est un vrai chef, qui doit donner l'autorisation pour qu'on touche au bois, à la végétation. On demande pardon à la terre, on la remercie pour nous avoir accueillis. Et puis, on part. On part en sachant que ce village a abrité nos ancêtres dans le bois. Il y a le bois sacré qu'on ne peut pas déménager. Le village a abrité nos ancêtres, donc nous sommes toujours reliés à ce village. Et puis, quand on arrive dans un nouveau lieu qu'on a choisi pour construire un nouveau village, on va de nouveau demander pardon aux arbres qu'on va couper pour planter, on va demander pardon au cours d'eau qu'on va bouleverser dans son calme, comme l'eau coulait dans son calme, on demande pardon et puis on s'installe en faisant des pratiques de remerciement et pour demander de bonnes grâces. Moi, je trouve qu'il y a des pratiques comme ça qui étaient très, très bonnes. L'explication scientifique vient après, parce que j'ai constaté en vivant en Europe que tout le monde ne comprend pas les explications scientifiques. Allez demander au carrefour de la Grande Place L'ozone, c'est quoi? Demandez au premier passant, il ne saura pas dire. Hein, couche de je ne sais pas quoi, il ne saura pas dire. Alors là-bas, eux, ils avaient leur explication qui était très logique avec leur manière de vivre. Il y avait une explication qui, au bout, on disait, la personne à qui on expliquait disait oui, c'est vrai. Parce qu'il y a un enchaînement dans une logique. Mais moi, je ne comprends même pas cette histoire d'ozone, c'est quoi, je ne sais pas, je ne me pose pas de questions. Mais voilà, il y a cette logique-là qui est toujours là parce qu'il y a des gens qui vivent. Alors, les nouveaux, comment est-ce que je les appelle? Passeurs de connaissances, c'est-à-dire tous ces Africains qui sont revenus dans leur pays, recommencent à découvrir la spiritualité africaine. Mais ils ne veulent plus la vivre comme nos ancêtres la vivaient. Avec cette logique-là, ils veulent maintenant l'appliquer à l'humanité d'aujourd'hui. Donc, ils ont créé beaucoup d'écoles initiatiques. Et une des qualités que j'ai trouvées à ces écoles, je les connais, puisqu'ils invitent tout le monde. Si, Monseigneur, vous voulez aller vous faire initier à la spiritualité africaine, vous êtes les bienvenus. Donc, ce n'est pas exclusif. C'est ça qui est extraordinaire. Vous avez encore une autre question?
Voilà, nous avons parlé aussi ce matin en privé sur un fameux document qui est à peine été publié par le pape François sur l'Amazonie, la chère Amazonie, querida Amazonia, et qui parle de la mondialisation, en disant que la mondialisation ne doit pas être une nouvelle forme de colonisation, ou bien en disant voilà le sens de la meilleure œuvre éducative, cultiver sans déraciner, aider à croître sans affaiblir l'identité, promouvoir sans envahir, c'est-à-dire conserver le meilleur des cultures pour le bien de tous. Mais je voudrais, est-ce que très brièvement, pourriez-vous faire un pont, un lien avec peut-être le christianisme, ce qui a été dit ce matin, ou une autre tradition religieuse de ce matin?
Un pont. Ça ne va pas être facile.
Un pont.
Oui, tout d'abord pour la mondialisation. Vous savez qu'il y a 50 ans, je parlais déjà de la mondialisation. On montrait dans des journaux, livres, un bébé africain, noir, dans une maternité en Afrique. La maman, à la maternité, était en train de lui donner du coca à la bouteille. Et là, ça fait tilt. J'ai dit, mon Dieu, le coca, pour un bébé comme ça, et en Afrique, c'est quand même quelque chose, c'est presque un crime. Moi, je trouve que c'était presque un crime. Mais l'idée de la mondialisation m'est venue à partir du moment où, en Occident, on a commencé à parler de ce phénomène-là. Alors, je me suis dit, mais c'est depuis longtemps que l'Afrique est mondialisée. Depuis toujours, tout ce que l'Afrique possède aujourd'hui de moderne, c'était apporté là-bas. Donc, c'est quelque chose d'ici qui est mondialisé en étant répandu partout dans le monde et en Afrique en premier lieu, parce que les Africains accueillent, étant donné la situation de l'histoire, colonie et colonisée, bon, les Africains continuent à prendre des choses qui viennent d'Europe comme étant supérieures à ce qu'ils avaient. Voilà, par rapport à la mondialisation, ce n'est pas nouveau en Afrique, c'est nouveau pour l'Occident. Quand les Américains ont commencé à envahir, à mondialiser en Europe, découverte, mondialisation. Mais en Afrique, c'était là depuis toujours.
D'accord.
Alors, par rapport à cultiver sans déraciner.
Cultiver sans déraciner.
Oui. C'est une idée qui indique qu'il faut utiliser, mais sans détruire. C'est en fait ça. Mais c'est aussi, s'il faut faire un pont, je crois que c'est comme ça que les Africains vivaient. C'est pour cela que j'ai dit ce matin qu'il n'y a pas de religion et puis la vie, tout est une même chose, c'est-à-dire la culture, la manière d'habiter le monde et puis la manière de concevoir le monde et de gérer le monde. Et donc, je l'ai dit tout au début en disant que ma mère, par exemple, elle ne voulait pas qu'on arrache des plantes comme ça qui poussaient sans raison.
Bien.
Oui, donc il y avait ce lien entre il faut une raison pour abîmer en fait, parce qu'arracher une plante, c'est abîmer. Donc pour abîmer, pour rendre néant ce qui existait.
Merci, professeur.
Oui.
Nous devons écouter encore deux autres intervenants. Alors, je fais un lien avec le cristianisme e une question difficile per Massimo Gargiolo, quindi dottore di ricerca in ebraistica, che insegna tra l'altro presso il centro Carin Albea per gli studi giudaici della Gregoriana. Ha notato nella sua ricerca che per quanto riguarda i manuali di religione nelle scuole italiane, cioè nei libri di testo, non vi è una volontà ideologica di distorsione del reale, parlando degli ebrei per esempio, dell'ebraismo. E condivide il parere di un docente di religione il quale afferma che nella teologia delle religioni ci si imbatte spesso sul significato epistemologico del dialogo e sui fini che esso intende perseguire. Dice che si deve promuovere un'attitudine verso le altre fedi che non sia di finto buonismo né sincretistica, ma disposta ad arricchirsi dell'incontro con l'altro, schietto e non doppio giochista, così da essere utile alle persone e alla loro ricerca della verità. La questione è breve, semplice. Come si fa?
Buonasera a tutti. Cercherò di essere breve perché abbiamo parlato di educazione e chiunque lavori nell'educazione sa che deve commisurare quello che dice anche alla capacità di sopportazione di chi ascolta. Quindi ci proverò nonostante la domanda sia molto complessa. Io vorrei rompere un po', come dire, l'armonia affermando che rispetto a questo che ha detto uno dei colleghi di religione che ho intervistato c'è una sorta di distanza di sicurezza nel dialogo interreligioso e nella fraternità. Ci pensavo stamattina durante la relazione che ci descriveva la situazione del sistema scolastico in Libano. Lì c'è un perfetto pluralismo religioso in cui ciascuno ha la propria scuola, fa le proprie cose. L'importante è che non si cerchi, come dire, di invadere il terreno altrui. E questa distanza è una distanza per l'appunto di sicurezza in cui si può affrontare qualsiasi tipo di dialogo. Per il mondo cristiano una distanza di sicurezza di questo tipo è quella che si può avere rapportandosi con le religioni orientali, dove tutto sommato c'è, come dire, un'assenza di rischio di mettersi effettivamente in gioco. Le cose sono molto più complicate quando il confronto lo facciamo con chi abbiamo dentro di noi, e io mi sono soffermato sia per mia formazione sia per l'importanza di questo tipo di dialogo per i cristiani con l'ebraismo. Ora la vera sfida, secondo me, andando a quel parere del collega, è di vedere nell'altro e nella sua tradizione religiosa non soltanto qualcosa che è importante conoscere, e io aggiungerei anche una cosa che oggi ancora non è emersa, che è molto bello conoscere perché arricchisce, ma anche qualcosa che, avendo dignità in sé, indipendentemente da come io la racconto, però abbia la capacità, come diceva il collega, di dire qualcosa a me sulla ricerca della verità. Questo alcuni filosofi ebrei l'hanno detto molto, altrimenti il dialogo è finto se non si entra in quella questione. È una conoscenza più o meno superficiale, più o meno arricchente, un viaggio esotico, in alcuni casi molto affascinante. E chiudo con una domanda che io estenderei all'uditorio, che è costituito in buona parte da religiosi e religiosi cattolici. 2 settimane fa la liturgia della parola aveva il Vangelo di Matteo 5,17. Non sono venuto ad abolire la legge ma a completarla. Come la spieghiamo nell'omelia una cosa del genere? Lì è veramente complicato, perché se immaginiamo l'altra tradizione come qualcosa che abbia necessità di un completamento, anche il migliore dei completamenti possibili, vuol dire che l'altra tradizione in sé è incompleta. Se invece quel completamento lo traduciamo con le parole di chi effettivamente le ha pronunciate, ad esempio Gemara, completare, allora forse riusciamo a capire meglio quello che ha detto Gesù e anche quello che c'è di importante dal punto di vista della ricerca della verità nella tradizione con la quale mi sto confrontando. Dobbiamo avere forse un po' più di coraggio, eliminare questi spazi di sicurezza.
Grazie. Allora, io ho un'altra domanda un po' impegnativa per Jayamurti, quindi che è saggista e studiosa di induismo a Pisa. Lei parla spesso di unità nella divinità, mentre piuttosto cristiani noi siamo abituati a un linguaggio unità nella diversità, cioè comunione tra cristiani, eccetera, tra varie chiese, comunioni di tutti gli esseri umani in quanto condividono la stessa natura umana, eccetera. Lei ha utilizzato molte immagini per descrivere la fratellanza, l'albero, la pianta, il mare. Dice che l'induismo insegna a vedere l'altro come se stesso. Vedi l'altro come Dio, addirittura, come tuo fratello. Ciò che non vuoi che sia fatto a te, non augurarlo a nessuno. Perché per i cristiani, anche nell'ebraismo, cioè la regola d'oro, che ritroviamo molto spesso anche nel Vangelo di ieri. Uno scrittore italiano diceva, che è appena deceduto, ma perché l'altro è diverso da me? L'altro non è altro che me stesso allo specchio. L'altro non è altro che me stesso allo specchio. E mi ricordo anche di Papa Francesco, uno dei suoi primi passaggi, diciamo, quando è andata a visitare un carcere, ha detto ai carcerati: non capisco perché non sono a posto vostro, cioè come mai io sono qui, voi siete qua, cioè, la vita che vi ha portato dove siete lì. Lei parla spesso di fratellanza come anche affetto, questa è una cosa molto importante, affetto verso l'altro, non qualcosa soltanto di teorico, di artificiale. Insiste, e arrivo alla domanda, insiste molto sull'orizzontalità di questa fratellanza promossa nell'induismo. La fratellanza, dice, è una bussola per andare avanti verso la pace in questo mondo. Allora, ovviamente, per le mie poche basi sull'induismo, ho una domanda sulla gerarchia, sulle caste. Lei è brahmana, cioè come mantenere insieme l'armonia di una vera fratellanza orizzontale, o fratellanza differenziata anche, cioè con tutti, se varchiamo le frontiere imposte dalle differenze sociali, culturali, religiose, cioè le caste tradizionali oppure moderne, cioè con un certo ordine, come se ci fosse un ordine voluto, mi sembra, dall'induismo. Come educare ad essere se stesso e aperto, senza nessuna impressione di superiorità o di condiscendenza o di ipocrisia? Per questo ha 4 minuti.
Mi basta salutare. Okay. Buonasera a tutti, vi saluto anche all'indiano Namaste. Namaste significa saluto all'anima dentro di voi. Già in questo saluto metà mia risposta già c'è, quindi è una cosa molto, sembra semplice in India, un paese dove siamo esposti sempre al Sarvadharma, amare tutte le religioni, vedere tutti gli altri come se stesso, perché il Dio Brahma risiede nel cuore di ciascuno come una scintilla. In quel senso noi diciamo che tutto è Dio. Un maestro spirituale dice sempre io sono Dio, voi siete Dio, la differenza tra me e voi non sapete, io lo so cosa c'è. E quindi voglio dire, ecco, basta capire questa unity in divinity, sarebbe noi siamo vicino a Lui, che senso ci aiuta? Aiuta anche, come diceva anche la signora, a capire anche le altre religioni è uguale, Dio è uno. Più che altro quando un bambino, un adulto, un adolescente arriva a questa conoscenza, io sono divino in senso, cambia anche atteggiamento di andare avanti in questa vita. E poi, come dicevo mattina, questo amore e fratellanza sono uno è bussola, ho dato un altro esempio come due remi per andare avanti in questa barca della vita. E sì, stiamo andando, camminando, remando questa barca, però basta che essere attenti non ci sia una fessura in questa barca. Questa fessura cosa sarebbe? Sarebbe odio, ignoranza, amare gli altri. Ecco, non diamo a entrare questa cattiva acqua nella nostra barca, quindi arriviamo a tutto per la pace, per mantenere la pace. Educazione è importante sin dall'inizio. E prendo solo un minuto, connesso al professor Massimo che diceva, educazione è molto importante anche qui in Italia, perché tutto è partito dal nostro maestro spirituale, si chiamava Balavikas, cioè sviluppare un bambino verso i valori umani, 5 valori umani. E questo concetto proprio non è fermato lì. Io sono molto contenta, è arrivato anche in Occidente, anche in Italia. C'è un progetto bellissimo che ho sentito, si chiama Growing to be God, crescere, diventare un Dio. Lì abbiamo unità in divinità, insegniamo ai bambini. E io sono orgogliosa, più che altro sono onorata di far parte di un gruppo di interreligiosi a Pisa, dove sono. Andiamo nelle scuole, parliamo con i bambini di nostre religioni, diamo un input, soprattutto creiamo, come diceva la signora Gnala, non avere paura verso le altre religioni, invece sviluppate l'amore verso le altre religioni, lì ci sarà pace. Magari non ora, tra 50 anni, come dice signora, ci sarà, sì. Okay.
Allora, dobbiamo concludere il nostro dibattito, ma credo che i nostri relatori meritano un grande applauso. Per coloro che non hanno partecipato al seminario di stamattina, potrete leggere le relazioni dei nostri esperti nella collana Interreligious and Intercultural Investigation del Centro Studi Interreligiosi della Gregoriana, e sicuramente proseguiamo la nostra riflessione soprattutto con la messa in pratica dei nostri buoni propositi, o almeno il desiderio della messa in pratica. Do la parola al padre Diego Sario Cucarella, preside del Pontificio Istituto di Studi Arabi di Islamistica, per le conclusioni di questa giornata.
Siamo arrivati quasi alla conclusione di questo evento pubblico, che è la seconda parte della giornata di studio intitolata Educare a un'umanità più fraterna, il contributo delle religioni. La giornata si iscrive tra gli eventi preparatori del patto educativo globale promosso da Papa Francesco, che avrà luogo in Vaticano il prossimo 14 maggio. All'inizio del nostro evento abbiamo progettato il videomessaggio del Santo Padre per il lancio del patto educativo. Fin dall'inizio del suo pontificato, Papa Francesco ha manifestato l'universalità del suo cuore di pastore, rivolgendo un invito a tutti a collaborare per custodire la nostra casa comune. Davanti alle importanti e impellenti sfide del mondo attuale, cito testualmente, serve un patto educativo globale che ci educhi alla solidarietà universale, a un nuovo umanesimo. C'è bisogno di unire gli sforzi, di far nascere un'alleanza educativa per formare persone mature, capaci di vivere nella società e per la società. In diverse occasioni, anche nel documento sulla fratellanza universale per la pace mondiale e la convivenza comune, sottoscritto con il grande imam di Al-Azhar, Papa Francesco ha sottolineato come il sogno di un umanesimo solidale, rispondente alle attese dell'uomo e al disegno di Dio, sia un obiettivo a lungo termine. Si è parlato di 50 anni, che richiede una rivoluzione educativa la quale coinvolga non soltanto scuole e università, ma tutte le altre realtà e istituzioni presenti e operanti nella società, comprese quindi anche le religioni. Oggi abbiamo chiesto a rappresentanti delle diverse tradizioni religiose quali risorse possiedono le rispettive religioni per educare a una fratellanza universale. Dalle loro risposte abbiamo appreso che le religioni possono apportare un contributo importante per la creazione di una comunità autenticamente umana, consapevole che tutto nel mondo è intimamente connesso e disponibile quindi a cercare e a inventare modi più inclusivi di intendere l'economia, la politica, la crescita e il progresso. Riprendo a nome mio i ringraziamenti già espressi da padre Nuno da Silva Gonçalves, rettore della Università Gregoriana, nel suo saluto iniziale. Aggiungo un ringraziamento particolare ai relatori di oggi, che hanno generosamente accolto il nostro invito, e a tutti coloro che hanno lavorato discretamente perché questa giornata diventasse possibile. Vi ricordo che seguirà un buffet, ma prima del congedo vi invito ad accogliere tra noi quelli che saranno i protagonisti di domani, quelli che porteranno avanti il sogno di Papa Francesco e di tanti altri di un'umanità più fraterna e solidale, dove la diversità sia vissuta come fonte di arricchimento e dove nessuno venga scartato. Eminenze, eccellenze, signore, signori, diamo il benvenuto agli studenti dell'Istituto Comprensivo Teresa Spinelli di Roma, accompagnati dalla loro maestra Teresa Bracaglia. Tengo a precisare che essi non sono un coro professionista, ma bambini che hanno voluto partecipare al nostro evento con il loro entusiasmo e la loro simpatia. I brani che canteranno sono un invito all'amicizia, all'accoglienza, alla sollecitudine verso gli altri, valori indispensabili per un futuro di pace vera.
Bianche, brune, rosse, gialle, sono tante le farfalle volano sopra il fior. Tutti belli colorati sono i fiori sopra i prati e gli uccelli nel cielo. Quando Dio il mondo creò, tutto lo colorò.
Grazie. Ecco, grazie ai ragazzi, siete bravissimi. Il mondo tra 50 anni è loro e già adesso. Grazie ai ragazzi della scuola, Teresa Spinelli, alla maestra.
Scusi se la interrompo. Il nostro messaggio dei colori del mondo, vero? E io il linguaggio dei segni, perché siamo tutti in armonia, tutti insieme.
Grazie. Grazie alla maestra Grattaglia.